Today we're going to review a mini drone. This little blue thing is the Atom X micro drone. It measures from the center of the propeller. It measures 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters wide, so it is very small. I've had it for about a week now, and I've crashed it numerous times, and it's still holding up. So build quality so far has been pretty good. But here's some specs. The flight time that I've tested, I can't find anything on the internet for it, but the flight time that I've tested is about 5.5 minutes. But I've noticed that at 5 minutes, the power severely starts to drop off. You can't start to raise it at all. It has 3 flying speeds, which is controlled by this little button, so you can go like beginner, medium, and pro. It has a potato camera on the front. I'll test that in this video, as you can see right there. 2-channel flight controls, so you have these 2 buttons. It really doesn't make much of a difference, I don't think. I've accidentally hit them before and it doesn't do anything that I've noticed. Automatic starting and landing with this button, so pretty much if you have it on a flat surface and you hit that button, it will start up and it'll take off. And if you have it hovering over a flat surface and you hit that button, it will land on its own. And the last one is stunt mode for mid-air 360 flips. I just started to do that today. That's probably the first thing I do when I'm flying it, because it has to have full battery to do that, but I've noticed that it does severely limit your flight time. So what's in the box? We have, I already used a set, but it came with 2 extra sets of propellers for front and back. This little screwdriver that I honestly don't think I'll ever use it on the drone, but if you look at it, it's the perfect size for a glasses screwdriver, so I'll use those on my sunglasses. So we have that. It has interchangeable little joystick tips for the controller. Obviously it comes with the controller, and these grips take off the controller. You can do that. It does not come with a micro SD card. You have to have one of those, but it does come with the reader you need for recording. And that's fine. And it comes with the owner's manual, which is actually very useful. So let's fly this thing. Before I fly it, I want to show you guys how the controller works. So, like I said, you can take these grips off. Pretty easy. I've already worn one of them out though, so it doesn't snap as well. Okay, so these are the joysticks. Let me see if that helps. Not really. Okay, so this joystick, if you go up, the drone, it goes straight up, it levitates. If you go down, then that's how you land it. It goes down. That makes it spin counterclockwise. This makes it spin clockwise. This joystick is your direction, so forwards, backwards, left, right. These 4 little buttons right there. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see because it's a gloss front, but the middle one is your power button, so if you do that, it turns on. And then if you hold it, it turns off. These are your trim buttons, so if it's drifting forward, you go backward. If it's drifting backward, you go forward. Drifting right, you go left, vice versa. These are how you control your channels. This is your speed, so let me go ahead and turn the controller on here. See that little 1? That's your speed, so that's like the beginner mode, if you will. You have to turn the drone on to do it. Hold on. So if you hit that, that's speed 2, that's speed 3. I will demonstrate those later. This little thing here, that is your channel, so there's 3, there's 4. Now let's move up to the top. I already showed you the speed. That's the start land button that I talked about, the automatic one. That's the calibration, so if it's kind of just acting funky, you can adjust that. Video camera, that is how you record video or take pictures. And the stunt mode button, that puts it in the mode where you can do 360 flips, and I will test that. Okay, so now you guys are on my backpack strap. So you want to power this little switch on. These lights should start flashing. Where the camera is, that's the front of the drone. Okay, so then you're gonna press the middle button here and turn it on. This goes up, down, that calibrates it, gets it ready. Those lights on the drone should stop flashing except for the green one on the top, and then you're gonna want to hit the start land button. I have it on speed 1, and it starts right up. So as you can see, it's going. Speed 2, a little bit more agile. Speed 3, really fast. Just the trim here. And I'm probably gonna crash it when we do the stunt, so let's go ahead and do that now. Hit the stunt button. You have to be in speed 2 or 3. So you hit the stunt button. Like I said, I probably was gonna crash it. Like I just did. The stunt mode is really unstable. That's one thing I don't like about it. But that was in speed 2. Speed 3 is, you can probably guess, is way more harsh. Keep going here. It's really easy to fly once you get the hang of it. It took me a while to get the hang of it though. But it's actually really loud. I thought it'd be quieter for how small it is, but it really isn't. Try another stunt mode. Crashed it again. Still going though. Crashed it again. Okay, so now that I did that and crashed it and got a bunch of stuff in the propellers, this is probably a good time to show you guys how to change the blades. Okay, so they're kind of hard to get off sometimes, but you just grab the top of them and try not to bend them and just kind of pull. Sometimes it helps if you have like pliers. This. As you can see, I just pulled it off there. It looks like all the stuff that got stuck on it's on the propeller, thank God, not the motors. Okay, that's pretty clean. And then to put them back on, it's pretty much just the same thing, but opposite. So you center it because there's just this little tiny hole in the bottom, and you push down, and now it is almost back on. You gotta push on a little bit harder and it comes back on. So I'll do this on all 4 of them real quick. Okay, that's it. Now we're gonna test the camera on the front, if I can get it to fly again after I just had that crash. I have to toggle with it. But the SD card goes in face down on this little side of the drone. You can see the little slot there. You snap it in, and this also severely affects the battery life, I've found out. So when you power it on, the green on the top will be solid now because the SD card's in. So let me move my chair out of the way. Okay, just calibrate it. Thank God it works. Okay, so it's pretty simple. So make sure the drone is off when you do this. So you take the SD card out, stick it in this slot. Okay, just like that. Take the cap off and put it in your computer. This is on a MacBook, so it's gonna be a little bit different if you have Windows. This will come up in the corner. It's just untitled. So there's probably gonna be stuff on it from before because I've done video before. So you can see I have all these pictures. That wasn't from today. This one. Okay, for some reason it says it's a damage. Oh, this is on from today. Okay, so it's pretty bad because it's so shaky the drone is, you can't really get anything. But let's go down and watch the video that I didn't have. Okay, there it is. It should be this one. It saves an AVI, and that's weird. Okay, maybe not. Let's try it. This might be it. So let's try to convert. I've converted them to MP4. Let's try to convert it back to AVI format. Okay, now it's working. If you want to put it in iMovie or any other editor, you have to keep it in AVI. If you put it in MP4, it won't work. Okay, so here we go. This is probably, it's terrible. Watch this. No audio, it's just pure garbage. It's shaky. I'll put this on the full screen so you guys can see it better. That was the spin I did. And as you can see, there is nothing good about this. It's just red and probably like 144 resolution. Shaky. Okay, let's do something else now. Okay, so the last thing I want to demonstrate is how to charge it. So it's pretty simple. Just like everything else with this thing. As you see, I already have it plugged into my computer. It looks like this. It's just a USB stick with this little end on the bottom. So plug it in to your computer or any other USB thing, and this red light's on. You stick the thing in the drone and the red light turns off. That means it's charging. When the red light turns back on, that means it's completely charged, and you'd think it'd be the opposite, but it really isn't. So it takes like 20 minutes to charge, which is pretty bad if you think about it, because you're only getting a quarter of the flight time that you are charge time. That is my review of the Atom X mini drone. It's pretty bad, but for a beginner, it probably wouldn't be too bad. Like for me, this is my first drone, and after a couple days, I figured out how to fly it pretty good. So if you like the video, make sure to tell me by subscribing and hitting the like button down below. Follow my social media and the links in the description, and I'll talk to you in the next video.